We've got a big game in the NFC East between two rivals later on today. It's the Commanders on the road traveling to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Washington without a few big names in this one. That includes Deebo Samuel. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, though, get that guy back, a huge piece in CeeDee Lamb. However, Trevon Diggs is out. Let's go ahead and get into it for much more on today in the NFL. Let's go ahead and welcome in our own Garrett Podell, who is live for us out at Jerry World. Garrett, it's so great to see you. Let's go ahead and begin with the return of CeeDee Lamb. What can we expect from him today against the Commanders?
It's great to see you too, Jordan. I would say what we can expect from CeeDee Lamb today is all systems go. I had a chance to chat with him after practice on Thursday. And at the beginning of that Thursday practice, it was Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach's 52nd birthday. And he put his arm around CeeDee Lamb and pointed to him and said, "This is my birthday present." And so the Cowboys expect him to be fully operational. Lamb said that had he gone last week at the Carolina Panthers, he could have played, but there would have been limitations. So today, no limitations. He's feeling great. And obviously there's this question of how involved is he going to be in the game plan with George Pickens, his 6 touchdown catches through 6 weeks, tied for the most in the NFL, 525 receiving yards, third most in the NFL. So Pickens has really stepped up in Lamb's 3-game absence. But Dak Prescott said it's going to be on Schottenheimer and the coaches to make sure Lamb is in the first 2 reads of the plays. But he said, obviously, Lamb is going to get his chances. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that ball is distributed. But Dak said this tandem of Pickens and Lamb is, quote, electric and even more well-rounded than the Amari Cooper-CeeDee Lamb pairing he had back in the early 2020s when Prescott through his career-high 37 touchdown passes in 2021. So the Cowboys are very confident in what Lamb can bring to the table today.
Okay, so all systems go. Doesn't sound like they'll be keeping him on a snap count. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah. CeeDee said no limitations. He said, I frickin' hate limitations in the locker room. You can guess what the word he actually said was, but no limitations today.
All right, great reporting on that. I love that. Let's get to a piece that they will be missing, though. Trevon Diggs, he is out today. This defense had a meltdown last week. What will their cornerback room look like today going up against a banged-up Commanders wide receiver room?
Yeah, I think you hit it there at the end of your question, Jordan. I think it's very fortunate for Dallas that Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel won't be out there today. The Trevon Diggs situation is still kind of murky. Brian Schottenheimer walked into the press conference room on Friday in what appeared to be a jovial mood, and then he said, "Hey guys, I've just got a quick announcement. Trevon now has concussion-like symptoms after suffering an accident at his home on Thursday. There's no legal situation here, but Trevon Diggs, will be out today." So Kaiir Elam is going to take his place in the starting lineup. And Elam, he was a former first-round pick, 2022 with the Buffalo Bills, traded to Dallas in the offseason. He had a rough start to his year. He allowed the most yards in coverage and tied for the most passing touchdowns, allowed 4 in the first 4 weeks of the season. So he's seen his play time decrease exponentially over the last 3 weeks. But when he has been on the field across 34 defensive snaps the last 3 weeks, he has not allowed a catch on 4 targets. So, improved play for him the last few weeks, but it's going to be Deron Bland, the 2023 interceptions leader, as one outside corner, Elam as the other outside corner, and then Reddy Stewart, who's been steadier for them in that nickel spot inside this week for Dallas. And no McLaurin, no Deebo. Perhaps this is the week that the NFL's worst total defense picks it up a little bit.
Yeah, Dallas fans love to hear that. Some great insight from you, Garrett. Always great to see this one gets underway. 4:25 kickoff from Jerry World. Well, we got these early games underway, but we've got a great slate coming up in that 4 o'clock window. Here's what's to come over on CBS. We'll see the Colts 5-1. Can you believe it? Taking on the Chargers. That's going to be a good one. LA, though, enters this game as 2.5-point favorites. That one gets underway at 4:05 Eastern time. And then we'll see the Giants. Can this dynamic rookie duo, Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, keep things going up against one of the top defenses in the NFL, taking on the Denver Broncos? We'll see.